The world of boxing has always been filled with dramatic twists and turns, both inside and outside the ring. Fighters become household names not only because of their performances but also due to the narratives that unfold around them. One of the most electrifying talents in the sport today, Gervonta "Tank" Davis, has recently found himself at the center of significant controversy, sparking widespread discussions among fans, analysts, and insiders alike. His decision to part ways with his longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, has sent shockwaves through the boxing community, leaving many questioning the trajectory of his career. This unexpected move, coupled with a controversial majority draw in his recent fight against Lamont Roach Jr., has added another layer of intrigue to the career of the reigning WBA lightweight world champion. For years, Davis's camp was regarded as a model of stability and unity. Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis were not just his trainers, they were family. Their relationship with Davis mirrored some of the most iconic partnerships in boxing history, akin to the dynamic between Mike Tyson and Cus D'Amato, Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso, or Manny Pacquiao and Freddie Roach. Ford and Ellis had been by Davis's side since his amateur days, guiding him through the ranks and shaping him into one of the most feared knockout artists in the sport. Their bond was built on trust, loyalty, and a shared vision for Davis's future. However, cracks in this foundation began to surface, leading to a split that left many within the boxing world surprised. The first indications of trouble emerged when Davis announced he would be parting ways with Ford just 6 weeks before his scheduled bout against Lamont Roach Jr. The decision shocked fans and insiders alike, as Ford had been an ever-present figure in Davis's corner for years. In the days leading up to the fight, Ford downplayed the significance of the separation, insisting that he remained part of the team in a different capacity. He expressed confidence in Davis's preparation and praised Roach, referring to the bout as a big opportunity for the underdog. Despite Ford's reassurances, there was an undeniable sense that something fundamental had shifted within Davis's camp. When fight night arrived, Ford's absence from Davis's corner was glaring. Instead of Ford, Barry Hunter, another experienced figure in Davis's team, took over as head trainer. Ford, who had once been a constant presence in Davis's corner, watched from a distance, far removed from the hands-on role he had always played. The fight itself only intensified speculation regarding Davis's camp. Known for his dominance, Davis was forced to settle for a majority draw against Roach. The judges' scorecards reflected the competitive nature of the bout, with one judge scoring it 115 to 113 in favor of Davis, while the other two had it even at 114 to 114. Roach, who had entered the fight as a significant underdog, came within just one round of pulling off a major upset. The result sparked considerable controversy. Many observers felt that Roach had done enough to win outright, and the draw only fueled the debate. One of the most contentious moments occurred in the 9th round when Davis took a knee, yet no count was given by referee Steve Willis. This oversight led to widespread criticism from prominent figures within the boxing world, who argued that the missed count could have directly impacted the outcome. In response to the backlash, the New York State Athletic Commission reviewed the incident but ultimately upheld the draw, leaving Roach and his team frustrated with the decision. Roach later took to social media to express his disappointment, though he acknowledged that he was not entirely surprised by the outcome. He clarified that he had not filed a lawsuit regarding the fight's result, though his team had submitted an appeal on his behalf. "What kind of team wouldn't stand up for their fighter when they know something is wrong?" Roach wrote, emphasizing his frustration with the situation. He noted that while the commission admitted the referee had made a mistake by not counting Davis's knee, he did not expect the outcome to be overturned. "Everyone knows I won that fight, and that's enough for me," he added, reinforcing his belief that the public's perception mattered more than the official decision. For Davis, the draw marked an unusual blemish on an otherwise stellar record. However, the fight itself was only part of the story. The bigger question centered around his decision to part ways with Ford and the impact it had on his performance. Ford had been much more than just a trainer. He was a mentor, a father figure, and a steadying influence in Davis's life. Their bond was so deep that Davis had once famously declared, "Calvin isn't going anywhere." Now, however, that statement no longer held true. Leading up to the fight, Davis's comments hinted at underlying tensions. When asked if Ford would be in his corner, Davis responded with a vague "we'll see," adding that it was nobody's business. This response stood in stark contrast to his past unwavering loyalty to Ford. After the fight, Davis addressed the situation more directly, stating, "I understand Calvin has been like family, but right now I need to focus more than ever on my career. So, I'll be looking at other options with the time I've got left." His statement marked a turning point, signaling that he was serious about moving on from Ford and seeking a new direction in his career. Kenny Ellis, another vital figure in Davis's camp, was not pleased with the decision. Having worked alongside Ford to build Davis into the fighter he had become, Ellis expressed disappointment at the split. "We built this together," Ellis remarked. "You don't just walk away from family like that." His words echoed the concerns of many within Davis's circle, who questioned whether cutting ties with Ford was truly in Davis's best interest. Speculation ran rampant, with some suggesting that the move was about Davis asserting more control over his career, while others believed deeper personal conflicts had been festering beneath the surface for years. Ford himself has remained relatively reserved about the situation. Those close to him say he is hurt by Davis's decision but understands that boxing is ultimately a business. He had dedicated years of his life to Davis, believing in his potential even when others doubted him. Ford had been there through every high and low, helping Davis navigate the pressures of fame and success. Now, as Davis embarks on a new chapter without him, Ford is left to reflect on what could have been. The fallout from the Roach fight has sparked broader conversations about Davis's career and future. Many believe that Ford's absence played a direct role in his less-than-dominant performance, pointing to the draw as evidence that something crucial was missing in his corner. Others argue that Davis's decision to separate from Ford is part of his natural evolution as a fighter, a necessary step toward growth and independence. Only time will tell whether this move will benefit or hinder his career, but one thing is certain: Gervonta Davis remains one of the most compelling figures in boxing, and the road ahead is far from predictable. As for Lamont Roach, the draw has significantly boosted his reputation. Although he did not secure the victory on the scorecards, his performance against Davis cemented his place among the elite in the lightweight division. Roach has made it clear that he wants a rematch, and Davis has expressed a willingness to entertain the idea, even suggesting that it could happen as early as May. If a second fight does come to fruition, it will undoubtedly be one of the most anticipated bouts of the year. In the meantime, the boxing world will be watching closely to see how Davis navigates this transitional period in his career. Will he thrive with a new trainer and a fresh perspective, or will the absence of Calvin Ford prove to be a stumbling block? The stakes have never been higher for Davis, and every move he makes from this point forward will be scrutinized. Regardless of the outcome, his journey remains one of the most fascinating narratives in the sport, a testament to the unpredictable and ever-dramatic nature of boxing. The only certainty is that the world will be watching as Gervonta Davis continues to forge his path, with every fight, every decision, and every controversy shaping the legacy he will leave behind.